This arm. This arm. Okay, take off your watch. So when you're wearing a watch, it will interfere with the testing. What we're doing is we're testing on the electrical system of the body. And I'm going to test his deltoid muscle. So stand a little further back. No, like this. Okay. I'm going to test his deltoid muscle. And I'm going to apply 2 pounds of pressure here at the end of his wrist. And I'm going to ask him to make a statement. And we're going to see if the statement is true or false by seeing if the test is strong or weak. Okay? So just at a slight angle. At a slight angle so they can see the test. Okay. All right. So just say, my name is Mark.
My name is Mark.
Okay. Okay. And breathe out. Say it again. Breathe out.
My name is Mark.
And breathe out. Okay. So can you see there's a point at which the muscle comes to a locked position? I can't push it down any further. Okay. So I'm going to have him say, my name is Meenakshi. Let's see what happens when we say that. Okay. So my name is Meenakshi.
My name is Meenakshi.
And breathe out. And you know, it doesn't, it just goes down. You know, obviously his name is not Meenakshi.
He can't convince
Being
himself.
born in a male body. So that was just a simple test, you know, to get you to understand that every muscle in our body responds to goodness, to truth, to foods which are good for you, to everything good. The body responds with a strong test. Everything that's not healthy for the body will respond with a weak test. So what I would like to do today is to show you a simple test you can do at home called the sway test. And with the sway test, I would request that when you do it, you just ask to surrender to your higher self to let you get the true answer. Okay, so just be in a state of surrender and breathe out after you say your statement. Okay, so now I'm going to do the sway test, and what I'm doing is I'm just standing straight. Maybe my feet are shoulder width apart. I don't know if I need to. Okay, my feet are shoulder width apart, and I'm just making a statement. My name is Dayu, and I'm just letting my body go loose and see what happens when I say my name is Dayu. My name is Dayu. And my body will just sway forward. So for me, yes means forward. Okay? And now I'm going to ask my body to give me a response for my name is Mark. Now, I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm just surrendering. I'm just surrendering. So in that place of surrender, and if you can't surrender, then breathe out. Say, my name is Meenakshi, my name is Andrea, my name is this, that, and just surrender. For some people, yes is forward and no is backward. For some people, no, yes is backward and no is forward. It's not the same for everybody, but it doesn't matter. You just have to know your own body, whichever way it is. So you can check through the sway test. And today, I'm not going to use the sway test. I'm just showing you this because this is a way that you can do it yourself. So I will use something called the O-ring test. So what I do is, how do you muscle test somebody who's sitting in Australia, halfway around the world? How do you do that? On the phone, on the video, whatever. So we're connected by energy. So Mark, just stand up one more time. We'll do one more test, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just don't touch toes or anything. I'm just having him stand in front of me. I'm saying, my name is Dayu. I'm getting yes. My name is Mark. It's a no. Now I'm going to touch toes with him. Okay? So my toe, I don't know if you can see. Let me just pick up the camera.
Hello.
So I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
My toe is touching his. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my toe is touching his toe. All right. And now I'm going to say, my name is Mark. And it's testing strong. Because his electrical circuit has now come into my body. So when I'm testing the person at the end of the line. Now, if he was holding my daughter's hand over there, then, and I said, my name is Gitanjali, then it would be strong for my name is Gitanjali. It would be weak. Let's test my name is Dayu. My name is Dayu. No. So now I'm testing him through my toe. So I can just similarly imagine that I'm connecting to the energy of my patient or my client anywhere in the world. And I don't even need to imagine it anymore. I've been doing it for so many years. So that's how you can do muscle testing. But you need to, you need to learn the things that make it accurate and the things that make it inaccurate, which is, you learn over a period of time and practice. So thank you very much, Mark. That was very helpful. And so with that, I would like if everybody could remember what you said in the medicine wheel about what you wanted to clear out of your system. And you can actually use the magnet to work on that very issue if you would like. You don't have to share it with anybody. So if you wouldn't mind going and looking maybe on your fridge for a simple fridge magnet, or anywhere in the house where you might have a magnet, slightly bigger one would be better. Okay, so that will help, and you can work on clearing your own emotion at the same time. Okay, so in a minute, I'm going to have a demo with somebody, but before I do the demo, I want each one of you to experience what it feels like. So can you think of anything that is a negative emotion that you would like to clear right now, that you're experiencing right now? It could be anger, it could be grief, it could be sadness, it could be vulnerability, insecurity, creative insecurity, fear, whatever it is that you're feeling that you can identify, and then I'll give you a minute to think of what you want to clear. And some of it may be your own, and some of it may be ancestral, okay? When it's your own, you need to swipe with the magnet, like this, less times. What you're doing is you are de-scrambling the emotion, which is in the governing spine, which starts from here. I'm going to stand up so I can show you. It starts from the upper lip, goes up over the head, goes all the way down to the tailbone. Okay, it's one of the longest meridians in the body. So we're working on the governing spine meridian, and we're de-scrambling with the magnet the emotion that you want to clear. So does everyone have an emotion? Everyone ready with something? All right, so if you have an emotion you want to clear, what I'd like you to do is think of how strong the intensity is for that emotion. Is it out of 10? Is it a 1 out of 10, 2, 3, 4, 5? Pick something that's, not a 1. Pick something a little higher so you can see that it comes down. Give it a number. If you have pen and paper or a notepad on your phone, just write down the number, an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, whatever it is, so that you know how much it came down. I want you to, this is kind of like EFT, but the difference is you only use one meridian, which is the governing spine. In EFT, this point is the governing spine, and this point is the governing spine. So when we were tapping earlier, we started tapping here, 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 here. But in this, you don't need to tap at all. You're just swiping with the magnet, okay? So take your magnet, and you have your emotion and you have your intensity. Let's start swiping. Now, you're not actually going to swipe all the way to the tailbone. All you're going to do is swipe it just over your head. You don't need to touch your face, and you're just mentally saying, I am releasing whatever your emotion is. I'm releasing anger. I'm releasing fear. I'm releasing pride. I'm releasing vulnerability, insecurity. I'm releasing feeling forlorn. I'm releasing loneliness, sadness, whatever it is you are clearing. Just one emotion, okay? Let's just work on one. And if you feel it has come down to 0, you can stop. Generally, even in 3 swipes, if it can clear off in 3 swipes if it's your own. If it has a greater intensity, you need more swipes. If it's ancestral, you could need maybe 10 to 16 swipes, until you clear the whole thing. But it's still very fast, and there's no need for you to remember what the trauma is. There's no need for you to even know what the trauma is. Although with muscle testing, we can see how old you were when you experienced that particular emotion. So you're literally de-traumatizing yourself. So if you feel you're done, you can, put your magnet down. And if not, just continue until you feel a release. You'll feel some release from the emotion. So if everyone can just unmute themselves for just a minute and let me know, you don't have to let me know which emotion you cleared, but just the intensity, if it went down and from how much to how much. If you could share, and then we'll go into the demo.
For me, it was from 7 to 1.5.
Wow. Okay. Well, you could continue doing it. Meenakshi, that's very good. That's awesome. So you could continue doing it. How about anybody else? Let's see how many participants we have here.
For me, I don't have, okay. For me, it went from 5 to 0.
Wow.
10.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
If you want to share what it is, you can, but you don't have to.
It was fear. Yeah, fear.
Fear. Okay.
Fears.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. So do you see how simple it is? It's not hard at all. After a while, you don't even need the magnet. Sometimes I'm driving a car and I'll just feel something, and in my mind, I'll just imagine I'm doing it. And I once did a 15-minute demo with a client. She didn't have a magnet. So I said, imagine it. And I will use the magnet at my end. So I was using it at my end, and she just imagined it, and it cleared, Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to share?
Mine was, from 5 to 1. Maybe I have to do a little bit more.
Sure, go ahead. You just go ahead. Don't stop. If you want to, just bring it down to a 0. Yeah, just continue.
See, I also want to say one more thing, Dayu.
Yeah, sure.
When
Go
you
ahead.
said the intensity of emotion, this is not an easy question to answer.
To answer.
Because
That's
for
true.
me, I was thinking, okay, 2. Then I said, no. Look at it very clearly. Be very sure, because I tend not to be in touch with my emotions unless asked about them,
So
I'm trying. I'm being very mindful nowadays that it's important for me to release them, because otherwise they're stuck here and there in the body.
Do you think you might be able to try the sway test? Because with the sway test, you can test the intensity very easily. So if you have anger, you would just say the intensity of my anger is a 1. Okay, let's see something I'm actually have. Okay, so I'm going to do nervousness, little bit nervousness at doing the Zoom presentation. Okay, so sorry.
No need at all, Dayu. You're great. Yeah.
So nervousness is 1. Yes. Nervousness is a 2. Yes. Nervousness is a 3. There you go. No. So it's a 2. So that's why the muscle testing is so good, because you see, your intuition knows the answer, but you might be too nervous to know what it is, So through the muscle testing, you can find out. Try it. Try and see how much intensity.
Yeah, I'm going to try, because mine is a left and right sway, by the way.
You can do left and right?
No, okay, I'll do it.
Whatever works for you, like your body knows what works for you, And so, it could be a left and right. It could be whatever, as long as you know what's yes for your body and what's no for your body, okay? How about anybody else? We have 16 participants. I did mine. We've had 2 others, so there's 13 left. Anyone else want to share?
Me. I did mine. It was a 7 and I went down to 1.
Wow, fantastic. Awesome. I'm going to clear my nervousness as I'm listening to you. Okay, so do you want to share what the emotion is? You don't have to, but if you do, you can,
It was anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay.
Yeah, like I have been here all day and this anxiety, oh, I should be doing other stuff. So it's like, okay, I
Right,
should
right.
be
You
doing
have
other
things on
stuff.
your mind. You
And
a
I have
little bit of
things,
overwhelm.
and yeah, and I think,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay. That's
I want to leave, but then I think, oh no, I'm still so interested. I want to stay. So it's that
I'm
anxiety.
so glad you stayed. Thank you for staying. You know, maybe God will make it possible for you to finish your work also before the end of the day. So another emotion you can clear while I'm doing the demo is overwhelmed. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you have too many things that on your list of things to do. So the next one, while I'm showing you about someone else, you can just be working on yourself to clear your overwhelm. You know, but first think what is the number, and then bring it down. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Meenakshi and Teresita. So who else?
I think I'm down to 0 now. Yeah.
0? All right. Hey, let's clap for everybody. You guys are doing great. Isn't it fun doing this? Isn't it easy? I mean, honestly, I was bowled over because I have done so many different kinds of clearing emotions, Kalos, EFT, tapas acupressure technique. But I find emotion code is just priceless. I mean, sometimes it's just 3 swipes, 1, 2, 3, and it's gone. And I'm like, my goodness. Just like Meenakshi said earlier in one of her talks, we can't believe it's so easy. The mind balks at believing that. But you know, it's kind of like, think of it like a TV station, right? And sometimes you just have static, you know, and that static is basically that negative emotion. And by doing something like EFT, you're tapping on 7 different meridian points out of 14. Here, you're doing only 1 meridian, but it's the magnet. The magnet is descrambling that so fast that you're good to go in a few swipes, you know. Now, just to let you know that sometimes it's not yours. You have inherited it from either your mother or your father, and not just them, but generations before them. So when I'm helping to clear the heart wall, which I will explain in a few minutes, we test to see if it's mother's emotion or father's. If it's 1 generation or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5,
This is something
or
like
if it's
a
male.
chronic one, like you born with. This is something like a chronic one.
Yes, yeah. You're born with it. It
Okay.
could be your own. It could be your own karma. But it could be that you inherited it from the mother. It could be that you inherited it from the father, you know. And not just the mother, but, you know, going back generations. So we can muscle test how old you were when you first experienced that. And we can muscle test where it came from. So let's say it's a reaction you experienced when you were 3 months in the womb, but it came from your mother's side. It was a male. It was 5 generations ago. It's not yours. You inherited it, but you experienced it for the first time when you were 3 months in the womb. But what is the reaction of a 3 month in the womb? You're not even fully developed yet. So all you're doing is you're clearing away the emotions so that you can now come to a response from an adult perspective and find a different solution. It's really wonderful. It's so easy to do. And in a minute, I'll talk about Heartwall once I give everyone a chance to share a little bit of. I'm so happy.
I have a question before I'm very, very, very interested in this topic. And I have a question. What about, can we reprogram this emotion or decongest this emotion, the one that is coming from magnetic fields that are very close to us, like husbands and in-laws too, or is just genetically connection? I mean, mom or dad?
Yes,
or
you can. Somebody else was talking about surrogate work. I think it was Melissa, was it? The lady who did the EFT, what was her name again?
Melissa.
Melissa, yeah. Yeah, so she was talking about surrogate testing, surrogate work. Yes, you can work surrogately for other people. But first, what I recommend is clear your own heart wall first.
No,
okay?
my question is, if my own energy
is affected by
handling the emotions And you said that could be inherited by mom or dad. And
No, it could also be your own. It could also.
I can be channeling his emotion too.
It's possible. A lot of sensitive people will pick up emotions from other people as well. You know, it is possible that you're channeling his emotions, and you know, whatever it is, if it's in your body, you can clear it out.
I can
You know?
clear.
Yeah, you can. Whatever is in your body, whatever is in your body, you can clear it out. You know,
Perfect.
you can clear it out.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are very sensitive, you know, and they'll pick up other people's stuff as well. So as long as you're muscle testing, I have anger, it's 8 out of 10. Let me clear it. Let's just say whoever's it is, let me clear it. And, you know, and then you learn how to cut cords with people also so that you don't. And to do that, you go not only into the heart wall, but you go into the solar plexus wall.
Okay.
So over time, I've developed a protocol, which is way beyond what the founder, Dr. Bradley Nelson, has done. He works with body codes and emotion codes. Well, I'm working not just with the heart wall, I'm working with all the different chakras. So earlier I talked about my mission to help balance the masculine and feminine energy. With women, I work more with making sure their masculine chakras are balanced. And with men, I want to make sure their feminine chakras are balanced. Of course, we want all 7 of them to be balanced, but we want to make sure that they gain strength in the ones that they are weak in, you know, or that is not their strength. And, you know, men and women, each person is individual. So we'll muscle test and see. So we'll start with the heart wall, then we'll move to the solar plexus and whatever else, depending on the issue that the patient has, you know. Would anyone else like to share their experience? Okay. So if not, then what I'm going to ask you to do is let me just show you. I'll ask for a demo. So think about whether you would like to be the demo. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with the demo. First, I'm going to show you the chart of all the emotions, the blue chart. And then I'm going to show you the map of consciousness, which will show the range of emotions from the lowest to the highest, and how what are the different emotions and what is the lowest and what's the highest, okay? And then we'll talk about 4 different levels of consciousness. So that's 3 jobs we have with the charts. And then after that, we'll come back into the demo. And then I will ask for 1 volunteer, and we will muscle test how big your heart wall is. Now, your heart wall will have these negative emotions that are preventing you from connecting with love with everyone around you. And as you clear your heart wall bit by bit by bit by bit, you will find that your ability to connect with people, communicate with people, be more at ease with people, not just people, animals, trees, whatever, you know, it could be a tree whisperer or a, you know, horse whisperer, whatever form of life you connect with. I connect with my plants, a lot of gardening. So you'll just find yourself more present, more. Well, I'll share with you some of what my clients have said they experienced after doing the clearing. So think about whether you would like to be the demo. And I will first share the chart in a second. Let me just go to my photos. No, sorry, wrong. Cancel. Cancel. Sorry. To my iCloud Drive. Yeah. So here's the chart of emotions. Okay. Okay. Am I still visible? Am I still audible?
Yeah.
Okay, so just look at the chart of emotions. You can see that Dr. Nelson discovered that there were some emotions that were related to the row 1 is heart or small intestine. Row 2 is a spleen or stomach. Row 3 is lung or colon. Row 4 is liver or gallbladder. Row 5, kidneys or bladder. And row 6 is the glands and sexual organs. Okay, so these are all related to colors as well. The heart or small intestine is red, spleen or stomach is yellow, lung or colon is blue, liver or gallbladder is green, kidneys or bladder are lavender, and glands and sexual organs are also red. So what I do is through the muscle testing, I'll have the patient say the emotion is in column A, and I'll test yes or no. And if I get a no, then we'll go to column B. So it's yes for column B. Then I'll have them say odd rows, like row 1, 3, or 5. And then it'll be a yes, and even rows will be a no. So now we go to row 1, yes, row 3, no, row 5, no. So then in row 1, we're going to look at each of the 5 emotions and we'll find out exactly which emotion it is, you know. So this chart is very important to be able to test what is the emotion. Now, in what you did earlier, you knew what the emotion was. In this case, we are going to check through the muscle testing what is the emotion, okay? So now I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to share the next chart, which is, we'll go back to iCloud Drive. And this is the map of consciousness. Now this I've taken from Dr. David Hawkins, who talks about different levels of consciousness, the alpha point and the omega point. And as you can see, it's funneled towards the bottom. It's narrow at the bottom and broad on top. And again, look at the emotions. The lowest emotion at the bottom is shame. As we go up higher, you have guilt. Meenakshi, you spoke of going from guilt to gratitude, right? So
Yeah.
guilt is right at the bottom here, 30, right? And gratitude is all the way up. Can you see where it says love 500? Gratitude and love are the same emotion. Okay, so when you're going from guilt to love, you're crossing apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage. Courage is the cutoff where the negative switches to the positive. Once you get to courage, the medicine wheel person, I don't know how to say his name properly. He was talking about the serenity prayer.
Kisitua.
Kipitwa, okay. So he was talking about give me the courage to know the difference, right? Help me to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this is the first goal I have with every client, is to wherever they are, I test to see where they are. Are they at shame? Are they at guilt? Are they at apathy? Bring them to courage first. That's step 1. And then from courage, we go to neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, and so on and so on. And, you know, our ascended masters, right now he said 700 plus. This goes all the way up to 1,000. And the ascended masters and gurus and all, they function at above 700. You know, that's the enlightened levels, basically. So if there is a book on explaining the map of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins, and you can buy the book and you can learn more about it. But it's very powerful to use this chart to see where you're stuck and till how far you moved as you cleared yourself, you know. So this is just helpful to have a sense of that. Now there's a chart which is the same chart but in a different fashion, okay? He's divided it now into 4 states of consciousness, divided by the line, the ego line, okay? So at the bottom you have ego and fear driven. At the top you have trust and love motivated, okay? And the middle line is courage, you see? Now here, at the bottom where you're stuck in shame and guilt and all of that, you have a belief system that life happens to me. You feel victimized and helpless, have no power. Only someone or something else has the power to change things for you. Then as you become a little stronger, you're now at the level where life happens by me. You start to feel control. You think you have control over everything. Things happen because you make them happen, and you are highly driven. So this is a better state than number 1. But as you go higher, now you've gone from negative to positive. Number 3, life happens through me. You're here for a reason and have a purpose, in touch with your higher power, and trust you will get your needs met. And this is the beautiful workshop that Meenakshi had done, where you're getting in touch with your purpose for why you're here. And number 4, life happens as me. There is no separation between you and spirit and you and others. You operate from compassion and are an extension of everything. And this is where Meenakshi very wisely said, I hope nobody needs me, or my purpose is that nobody needs me. And in actual truth, we are all elevated simply by her presence, So at least I am. I can't speak for anyone else. So this was the chart with the levels of consciousness in a different light, going from victim to oneness. All right. So that's the goal of doing this clearing your heart wall. Your heart wall has all those negative emotions that were in the chart. And what we want to do is to clear that out. Now, before I do the demo, I'll just play you one audio of what one of my clients said that here, that it helped her to do. Plug in. Are you able to hear?
No.
No? Okay. I guess it doesn't work. Well, if anyone wants this, I'm going to stop sharing it. Okay, I'm not so tech savvy. If anyone wants to hear this, I can send it to you later on, Thank you. Anna's question, which one is the book? The name of the book, the author is Dr. David Hawkins. He's written many, many books. The first book in which he talked about it was Power versus Force. The Eye of the Eye, the EYE of the Eye. And I think more recently, he's written a book just explaining the map of consciousness. So just do a Google search for Map of Consciousness, Dr. David R. Hawkins, Hawkins. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And I can share these charts with you, anybody. I'll send you my email address. In fact, I think Meenakshi will share it at the end with everyone. And you can just write to me. I'll send you whatever you want. I can send you the audios or the name of the book or the charts or anything that you want. I'm happy to share all of that with you. Okay. So I think that gives you a little background on what we're trying to do. We're trying to do something very similar to what we've been doing the whole day. And during the day, you guys have all gone up at levels of consciousness and been very high through the sharing that you have done. But today, what we're going to do is take a particular demonstration, take one person, test how big their heart wall is, and gradually, working from the outside, bring it down emotion by emotion, very systematically bring it down. And our goal is to work on this until it's 0. Now, I will be doing workshops. My first one will be April the 10th, the second Saturday of April, and we'll continue to do it monthly, second Saturday of April at 10 a.m. So if you want to work on your heart wall, you can come to the workshops and, clear a little bit at a time until you bring it down to 0. Or you can work privately with me also. But for now, who would like to? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Meenakshi. That's the website, dayu.eventbrite.com. And now I'd like to ask for a demonstration, for a volunteer for the demo.
I'll volunteer.
Ajay?
No.
Okay, great. I can't hear you, though.
Can you not?
Why can't I hear you? Hold on.
We can hear you.
Hold on. Just say something again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, perfect. I can hear you now. Okay. So you're okay with sharing how big your heart wall is with the group? You don't mind that? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to run through a few tests to make sure the testing is in the clear. Okay. Body in the clear. Testing Ajay. What's your last name?
Gupta.
Testing Ajay Gupta. Body in the clear, aura in the clear, testing in the clear, body telling the truth. So now what I'm doing is I'm holding the phone with one hand. This is like my husband's arm that I was testing, and this is the muscle testing arm. Okay, so I'm using a different way of testing. Testing in the clear. Okay, so just be in a state of surrender to whatever comes through for your highest good. Okay, so Ajay Gupta's heart wall. Body in the clear, aura in the clear, testing in the clear, body telling the truth. So now what I'm doing is I'm holding the phone with one hand. This is like my husband's arm that I was testing, and this is the muscle testing arm. Okay, so I'm using a different way of testing. Testing in the clear. Okay, so Ajay Gupta's heart wall. it's okay to test his heart wall. He's fine to test it. Okay. Is 10 feet, 15 feet, no, 10 feet, 11 feet, 11 feet. So your heart wall is 11 feet. Actually, I'm glad you spoke up because when I heard your thing about the anger, I said I would like to help him. In my heart, I thought I'd like to help him. And here you are, you're the devil. Okay, let's see if anger is in your heart wall. I mean, if you want, by the way, did you work on anger or did you work on anything else?
No, I could not. That time I had to step out there, so I'm sorry about
No
that.
problem. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll tell you again what to do. Don't worry about it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll have to pull up the chart, and what I'll have you say is column A, and I'll test column A is yes or no. And I'll tell you yes or no. Then if it's a no, then I'll have you say column B, and we'll see if it's column B. Okay. And then I'll have you say odd rows, like 1, 3, and 5. And if that's a no, then we'll say even rows 2, 4, and 6. And if it's even, then we'll go row 2, row 4, row 6. And once we've identified which column and which row, then we'll say the 5 different emotions and find which is the first emotion we want to clear from your heart wall. Okay? You're lucky it's only 11 feet. You've obviously been working on yourself. So some patients have as high as 80 feet. I want to tell you, 50 feet. I had 50 feet. So,
Dayu,
good
I
job.
have that image. Do you want me to share it? It's easier for me?
Yeah, please. That
Because
blue
you had
chart.
sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. Thank you.
Okay, not from here, but let me share it from the proper place.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
No, that's okay. Okay, it's taking me a little time. Sorry. Anyway, you continue till then.
No, I need the chart to test. I need to. No, I can also share the content. It's very easy for me to share. Don't worry. I mean, hold on.
Okay.
I have it right here.
Okay.
I plan.
I do. I just had too many windows open. That's what I realized.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, I have it at hand. It's very easy. Okay,
Okay,
Ajay,
fine.
please just say column A.
Column A,
No, I'm getting a no. Column B.
column B,
Yes. Odd rows.
odd rows,
No. Even rows.
even rows,
Yes. Row 2.
row 2,
No. Row 4.
row 4,
Yes. Row 6.
row 6,
No. So it's row 4, column B. So could you read one by one the negative emotions?
depression,
No.
frustration,
No.
indecisiveness,
Yes. Continue.
panic,
Yes.
taken for granted,
No. So you have indecisiveness and panic. Okay. So let's bring the chart down. All right. And indecisiveness is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Okay. It might be ancestral. It's really big. Panic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So indecisiveness is 10 out of 10. Panic is 7 out of 10. Okay. So what I want you to do you have a magnet?
no,
Okay, imagine you have a magnet. Okay, I will use my magnet at my end, and you imagine we're running down the governing spine, which starts here, just below the lower lip, and go. You're just imagining that you're running it like this, just to the back of the neck, but actually you're sending it all the way to the tailbone, which is the end of the governing spine meridian. You must be familiar with it now. Okay, so let me test before you continue whether it's yours or it's ancestral. So this is the indecisiveness is ancestral. Yes, it's ancestral. Mother's side, no. Father's side. Okay, it's father's side. 1 generation, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, 6 generations back. So possibly all 6 generations have suffered from this indecisiveness. And now today you are going to change it for all previous 6 generations and all future generations to come. This is very powerful work. Okay. Okay. The ancestor is a male. It's a female. So it's a female. Was it mother's or father's side?
father's side,
It was father's side. It's a female. It's 6 generations back. Now I'm going to see what is the age capacity for you of experiencing indecisiveness. How young were you when you first experienced it? So the age capacity for Ajay is under 10, 10 years of age. Yes. Under 5. Yes. Under 3. Yes. Under 2. Yes. Oh my God. Very young. Under 1. Yes. What decisions does a 1-year-old? No, under 1. Under 1 is enough. So 1 year, 1 year and 1 month. 1 year and 1 month. You were 1 year and 1 month, and there was some decision you had to make, which you couldn't make, and you were experiencing your ancestors' indecisiveness in your body, unable to make up your mind. You may not remember what the problem was, but it doesn't matter. What we want to do is clear, okay? Because it's probably a pattern that has impacted your life in many different areas, because decisiveness is a very important role of the solar plexus. And when it's not in gear, oh my God, you're in trouble. Okay. So just imagine you have your magnet, you're running it from here, just like this, 16 times. Okay. And just say, I'm clearing indecisiveness.
Clearing indecisiveness. Clearing indecisiveness. Clearing indecisiveness.
And the rest of you can use your magnet to clear whatever you want. Just use this opportunity because group energy is strong. So just clear whatever you need to. You just need to say it once. You don't need to say it over and over. The intention is there. Send love to that ancestor and all the 6 generations between you and that ancestor, so that all of the previous generations, wherever they are, whether dead or alive, can also heal from the pattern. It's a very strong pattern. If one generation used to be even 50 years old at that time, it's at least a 300-year-old pattern. So it's ingrained in the family DNA, in the family memory. Let me know when it feels like it's cleared. Close your eyes and just tune in. I just took a deep breath and I felt a release. Some of it is gone. Let me just test, see how strong it is now. It's a 3 out of 10. 4. It's a 3. Okay, so 3 more. Not 3 more times, so 3 more for intensity. Sometimes the same ancestor had an event which creates 3 or 4 or 5 different emotions that you have to clear for that ancestor, But it's really good because it clears out more of your heart wall in the process. Okay, how is it feeling now? Is it feeling less? 0, 0.1, no. 0.2, no. So you're good. It's even testing weak at 0.1. So you've cleared out indecisiveness in the heart wall, and we still have to clear out panic, which was 7 out of 10. Let me see, panic is the same ancestor, yes. So let's see, panic may have dwindled as we cleared out indecisiveness. Panic is now 1, 2, 3. So you've cleared out 4 of the panic and only 3 is left. So let's clear out the rest of the panic, okay? I felt a deep sigh. That's usually a sign of release, Okay. It's a 1. No, it's half. It's a half. It's a half. It's 0.6. No, it's a half. It's still half. Let's keep working. I'm very I make sure that we bring it down to 100 to 0, like completely. That's the benefit of the sway test or muscle testing. Any kind of muscle testing you can do will give you accuracy in clearing exactly all the way down. We don't want to have even 1% left. We want to clear it completely. Okay. So it's 0, it's 0.1, it's not even 0.1. So you're good. The panic is cleared. Your anger has, the indecisiveness is cleared. So now let's see, your heart wall is 11 feet. No. It's 10 feet. No. It's 9 feet. No. It's 8 feet. No. Wow. It's 7 feet. Yes. 7.5, 7 feet. So you cleared 4 feet of your heart wall just by clearing this one ancestor. You see? So I know that this is just two emotions, but then we would go back to the chart. We would look at the next emotion, clear that, next emotion, clear that, until we bring it down to zero. And as I said, for men, I want to. Sorry, there's a helicopter above. Okay, so for men, I want to make sure that their female chakras, their feminine chakras, which is the third eye, the heart, and the sacral plexus, are strong, because we want to, that may not be something that's naturally their strength. I want to make sure that they bring that strength into their body so their masculine and feminine are balanced. With the women, I initially want to work with, well, heart for both men and women. But once I've done the heart, then for women, I focus first. The next one is solar plexus. We want to make sure they own their own power and they can make their own decisions. And throat, we want to make sure they can be assertive and speak up for themselves when they need to. And root chakra is about security and finances. And seventh chakra, your crown, is about connecting with spirit. So we want to make sure all these masculine chakras are also in order. So, and then once you've cleared the heart wall, you may find that you have the body may have a hidden heart wall. It's kind of like a backup plan, meaning you ain't gonna get me to give up my anger, no sirree, you know. So it's like sometimes you have to wait a couple of days or a week or something, you know, till the body is ready to do the next level. And if there is a hidden heart wall, to clear the hidden heart wall as well, you know. So it's a process, but honestly, it is so worth it. It is absolutely so worth it. And
How do I figure out when you said indecisiveness? Because you said some ancestors before, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm the opposite of indecisiveness.
right, and the way to do it is actually through the muscle testing. So you may have missed the part of it, but if Meenakshi has recorded it, I had shown how to do the sway test. So basically how you do it is this. You set an intention that you are, hold on, I'll just very briefly, I'll show you so that you get an idea. So you set an intention that you are clearing your heart wall, okay? And now we'll just do a simple test and show you. You just say, body, please respond. Give me a yes or no. And we don't know if the yes will be swaying forward or swaying backward or left or right. We don't know. But we're going to see. So I'm going to make a true statement. My name is Dayu. My body goes forward. My name is Ajay. So you see, for me, yes is forward, no is backward. So you just do a sway test and say, the first emotion I need to clear in my heart wall is in column A. Yes. Column B. No. So then you go odd rows, even rows, and then you work it out. So you're going to do your sway test, or you can work with a practitioner. You can go to the website for, I think, healerslibrary.com. I can send you the chart. It has the link to it. Okay. I think it's called Discover Healing.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you have here, that's my email address, dayu444@me.com. And anybody who attended this Spring Forward retreat is welcome to get from me a gift of a 15-minute demo session where I'll start testing your heart wall. You'll know how big your heart wall is. And we'll start clearing it. You can ask any questions. And if you want to, you can also come to the workshops we're going to be doing once a month on the second Saturday of every month. And it's on April the 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time.